The new Dragon Ball FighterZ patch that is scheduled to be released as a free download on May 9th is a big one, which is literally just around the corner, or maybe it already came out and you're still curious on what was in the patch notes, and that's what we're going to be going over today. Once updated, you'll have access to a couple of new online game modes, multiple bug fixes to the game in general, and Android 16 got nerfed heavily. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm kidding. It was just a joke. 16 did get nerfed though. That was not a joke. That actually did happen. But no, seriously, some characters were nerfed, some were buffed, and then some really no big changes actually happened. There was just a few bug fixes that was applied to them, and they're still more or less play this exact same as they are now. I'm putting the link of the official patch notes down below of this video, so check the description. If you just want to go over it yourself, absorb the knowledge, take your time, go to the characters that you really want to know if they got nerfed or buffed. But I'm going to be going over it as a whole, so if you're still here, then let's go over it together. Alrighty then, so here we are on the Bandai Namco patch notes, a free update to Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yes, new features. So there's two features that are going to be added on this patch. First one is FighterZ Cup, a monthly competition where players can fight and collect points for their respective Z Union. So what I understood by this is you're basically going to be choosing a character that you're going to represent. So if you, let's say you want to represent Beerus, so you choose Beerus and then you're going to join the guild, I guess, or the Z Union alongside a lot of other players that chose Beerus. There's going to be competition going on for the month. You're going to collect points either by, I don't know, maybe playing online or maybe doing special objectives, etc, etc. And overall within the month, if your Z Union of Beerus representatives collect the most points, then you're gonna win probably awards, maybe Zenny, maybe I don't know, maybe a special title, or who knows, maybe I would go all out and say a special skin for your character. I don't know, who really knows? There's not much other details other than that. The next one is Party Battle, a co-op fights where 3 players can join forces to defeat fearsome bosses. This seems really interesting. This is obviously self-explanatory. You and 2 other real-life players will join up to fight a fearsome bosses. I don't know if this is like a survival, a gauntlet going on here of just boss after boss. So you're really gonna have to work together as a team to defeat these bosses. Again, I don't know what rewards you will be getting for this. Hopefully it's just not Zenny. How about I just say that? Hopefully it's not just Zenny. But overall, the concept seems really fantastic. I can't wait to see how that actually plays. Okay, now modes. So you got the replay channel to enable implementation of the below gameplay adjustments. See gameplay section. Recorded data from replay channel will be erased. Alrighty then. So this pretty much is saying that everything that you have recorded on the replays will be erased when this new patch hits and you update. So if you have anything, just be aware that your replays will be erased. That will happen after this patch hits. Combo challenge. Fixed an issue where there is a gap between when the timer starts counting and the game starts allowing some inputs when performing position resets in a combo challenge. So this is just a bug fix. If you do combo challenges, then there you go. There's a bug fix for you. If you don't do it, then don't worry about it. Training mode. There's a lot here. This is a lot of fixes happening in the training mode. I don't feel like it's necessary for me to go over all this. It's just there. So feel free to pause this and check it out yourself if you use training mode a lot. Story mode. Fixed an issue where the defensive skills are taking effect only the half of what they are supposed to. Okay, interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing, but that's a thing. Gameplay. All right, so here we go. This is the bread and butter. This is what we've been waiting for. Let's go over these one at a time. So Goku just has an issue. Just has a bug fix. Nothing spectacular. He was not buffed. He was not nerfed. Goku, you know, Super Saiyajin Goku is exactly the same as he is. If you already play him and you're good at him, then there's nothing to worry about. He's not gonna get nerfed or buffed. He's the same. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Again, a lot of bug fixes here. However, he did get some actual changes, and overall these changes were a buff from what I can tell. So Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta got a buff. Again, modified the scale damage of Vegeta's several Ki Blast moves to match with his normal Ki Blast. Modified the amount of damage that is done with the first attack of Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's Niagara Pummel, and adjusted Vegeta's on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give you a 3, so that it's easier not to grab an opponent and follow up. Excuse me, I have to destroy my voice. This again is definitely a buff. This is when you probably do this move on neutral. It'll just now land a lot more easier, because otherwise he just flies above your opponent and he doesn't get anything and leaves you wide open. You get punished. So overall, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta got a buff. Not a big buff, but it is a buff nonetheless. Broly, a crap load of fixes, bug fixes here, where Broly is not supposed to do certain moves on certain times. That's getting fixed, so now he's not going to be able to do those moves. So overall, all these bug fixes literally nerfed Broly by what I can tell. Some of his actual like changes was match the number of times Broly's jumping down heavy attack can endure hits with other moves to allow an opponent to counter it with a crouching heavy attack. This is definitely a nerf. This is when you pretty much instant air dash in, do an overhead with Broly. By what I can tell, you're going to be able to get punished now, like every other character. If they see this and your opponent responds with a crouching heavy attack, which is your overall like go-to move to punish stupid mistakes that we all do, yeah, that's Broly's gonna be a victim to this as well. So overall, Broly got actually nerfed from what I can tell. Beerus, a lot of bug fixes, not too much changes on him other than reduce the recovery frame of Beerus's down medium attack to match with other moves. So he's pretty much on equal grounds now with other characters in terms of down medium attacks, which is nice. That is a buff, not a big buff, but it is a buff nonetheless. And out of these bug fixes, there is one that this one right here. Fix an issue with the lower energy ball of the two created by Beerus's heavy version of Spear of Destruction. Cannot be repelled by Beerus's attacks when it bounces back without hitting an opponent. That's pretty much a buff in itself, by what I can tell. Now on to Tien. No changes, just a bug fix. That's about it. Krillin. Now Krillin's Z assist will always throw a rock unless a player is inputting left when he appears on the screen. So this now gives you complete control on Krillin's Z assist. This is great, fantastic news. So now you can get your Krillin assist setups during corner combos or whatever it is that you need to do. So that's definitely a buff. And of course you can call in a Senzu Bean whenever you need a Senzu Bean. Increase the duration of hit stun and the time an opponent isn't able to recover for Krillin's Z assist. A buff for the rock. So overall, Krillin got buffed in his assist. No changes on him when he's just out on the battlefield, however, so he's gonna fight exactly the same way. Everything else is the same except his assist got buffed. Nappa adjusted the knockback distance of an opponent so that Nappa's jumping down heavy attack is more likely to hit twice. 2. Mitigated the damage scaling of Nappa's too bad to balance out with other invincible moves. Interesting. 3. Adjusted the damage scaling of Cyberman's explosive attack. So it seems like Nappa got buffed, but then he got nerfed on a certain aspect on mitigating the damage scaling of Nappa's too bad. So he seems like a little bit of both. So he got good and then he lost some things. Yamcha, no changes, no nerfs, no buffs, no damage buffs. I thought for sure he might have gotten a little bit of a damage buff, but nope, he got nothing. So disappointing for anyone that really likes Yamcha out there. Literally just a bug fix adjustment. That's about it. Captain Ginyu, again, bug fixes, no change in damage output or anything like that. One of these bug fixes is I guess considered a buff in a way. It fixes an issue where Ginyu's jumping heavy attack can put an opponent in the sliding knockdown state in a different timing than other characters. So that might be a buff in a way. That was definitely a not supposed to be intentional. So yeah, Captain Ginyu got a little bit easier to use, I suppose. So it's a small buff. It's a small buff in a way of just a bug fix. So that's interesting. Frieza, you'll destroy us all. Definitely a lot of bug fixes here, except he did get some changes. Extended the inner parts of the hitbox for Frieza's crouching heavy. So Frieza's down heavy. got better. That's good. That's good. That is definitely a buff for sure, because there was times where your opponent moves in too close and your down heavy just completely misses, which is ridiculous. So now I'm glad that's fixed. So that's good. That's a good buff. Adjusted the damage and the damage scaling for Frieza's. You might not survive this time. Alright, so Frieza definitely got a buff. Piccolo, he has a couple of bug fixes. However, they're kind of interesting, so let's go over them. Fixed an issue where Piccolo's Z assist doesn't fire the energy blast when used right after a super attack. I didn't even know this was a thing. This is definitely a problem, and I'm glad this got fixed. So yeah, that's a good fix. That's a really good fix. 2, this is a big one. Fixed an issue where a player can't block Piccolo's Z assist unless the player is inputting the direction away from an opponent when the opponent switches the positioning of the player's main character and the opponent's main character while Piccolo's Z assist homing energy blast is still on the screen. Holy hell, that is a mouthful to read. This is definitely probably a nerf, unfortunately. This obviously wasn't intentional, but I'm pretty sure some Piccolo players were obviously probably doing this strategy because they knew that something was amiss, that something was not quite right, and it puts your opponent in a situation where odds are they're going to get hit by Piccolo's Z assist, which they will then convert into a full combo and possibly kill you. Other than that, no changes to Piccolo. Android 18, she got some changes. Modified the light version of Android 18's back grapples so that the hit count increases when an opponent is smashed into the ground. And then, in accordance to that change, also modified the damage value and the damage scaling in accordance with the above modification. So this is pretty much saying that you're no longer going to be getting unscaled damage for 18's back grapple. So if I'm reading this correctly, this is a nerf for Android 18. Android 16, this is a big one. This is definitely gonna be a big one. Now players will be able to recover from the ground when hit by Android 16's dynamic driver. That's a big nerf. That is a big nerf. This is gonna limit people's combo. This is gonna limit Android 16's combo potential by a lot. This is a big nerf for sure. 2. Removed the invincibility to ranged attacks from Android 16 standing heavy, jumping heavy, and crouching heavy. I didn't even know that he was invincible to ranged attacks, since usually when I'm facing Android 16 online, I'm just afraid to do anything against him because he just has armor on everything. So I don't even attempt to throw out projectiles to him. So yeah, this is I didn't even know that was a thing, but that's definitely 2 nerfs for him, and they're pretty big nerfs. So Android 16 got nerfed. Vegeta! Super Saiyajin Vegeta. Reduce the duration of block stun for Vegeta, Super Saiyan's Z assist. I knew this was coming. Vegeta has been like on everybody's team pretty much because he's just so damn good on his assist attack. It locks you down. You can't do anything. Your opponent can come in with a mix-up, and you just have to guess up or low, and you're stuck. You're sitting duck. And of course, he's also during a combo, he can just extend that combo very easily, and you can come in and just wreck. I don't know how badly this is going to get reduced. We can only wait and see when this patch note actually hits. But yeah, I knew this one was coming. He got nerfed on his assist. Adult Gohan, he definitely got nerfed. These modifications are nerfs. Modified the property of Gohan's down light attack to match with other light attacks. Modified Gohan's heavy version of mid-air ultimate back attack so that opponents are now able to ground recover when hit. That is a nerf for sure. Reduced the frame advantage of Gohan's heavy version of machine gun kick when it's blocked by an opponent. Again, another nerfed. You're going to be able to probably get punished for doing heavy versions of machine gun kick, so be careful when you do those now. Overall, nerf for Adult Gohan. Kid Buu, nerfed. He got nerfed. Fixed an issue where Kid Buu's candy beam sometimes hits an opponent for several times. I didn't know exactly what was happening with that candy beam, but I knew something weird was happening, and there you go. It was actually sometimes hitting you several times when you got hit by it once. 2, made a modification to Kid Buu's Pearl Flash so that the damage scaling of super attacks is now applied. So players were actually getting away with unscaled super attack damage whenever you did Kid Buu's Pearl Flash. So again, that got adjusted, so now it's being scaled properly. So that is a That's more of a fix, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, that's a nerf. Android 21 overall, no really big changes. She didn't really get nerfed or buffed. I did notice that this bug fix in general could be a nerf depending on players, on how they maybe abused this, probably, or because they knew something was up with the hurt box. Fixed an issue where Android 21's hurt box isn't consistent depending on which mid-air damage motion is triggered. So like I could see people probably getting away with like taking advantage of the inconsistent hurt box, which is a hurt box is, you know, it's that's what, when you get hit, it's because it's hitting the hurt box, which is an invisible you know, red box or whatever colored box is around your character, that if an attack hits that box, you get hit, and that was inconsistent. So yeah, I guess overall no changes really. Teen Gohan, he did not get nerfed or buffed. A lot of bug fixes. Maybe one that I could see maybe some players trying to take advantage of is fixed an issue where wrong down state is applied to a character when getting hit by the medium version of Gohan's flying kick high up in the air. That's a tongue twister in a way. Yeah, again, that could maybe have been taken advantage of. However, it's inconsistent, so even if you did know about that, it's not going to work every time. So that's now fixed. So overall, no changes really for Gohan on nerf or buff. Staying the same. Gotenks did not get nerfed or buffed. He got 3 bug fixes. They all apply to his Z assist attack. So there's some wonky stuff happening here. They should not be a problem anymore. So if you did know that something was wrong with Gotenks assist attacks, they will now be fixed. So yeah, he's all good to go. Cell, that's perfect Cell to you. I figured that he was gonna get nerfed, not a lot, but just nerfed just a little bit, and that didn't happen. Cell is pretty much still perfect. He got nerfed just a little bit, I guess, with this. Cell's psychokinesis crash has been adjusted so that the attack no longer appears behind an opponent's character. That's a thing. That's a thing, I guess. No other changes. Cell is he's still like up there, top tier character. Yeah, Cell's still very relevant. He's still up there. Trunks, he did not get nerfed or buffed. Staying the same. Fixed an issue where Trunks sometimes doesn't execute follow-up attacks after hitting an opponent with his shining slash. Yeah, I guess he became a little bit easier now to use. I mean, like, there was some inconsistent stuff happening there. It's fixed now. Trunks still Trunks. He still hits the same. Everything else is the same. Goku Black. This adjustment's just an appetizer. Made an adjustment so that Goku Black's medium and heavy versions of the fierce God Kick no longer locks down even a knocked out opponent. So what does this actually mean? I was trying to read this before. Does this actually mean that his fierce God Kick no longer locks down at all? Is that what this is saying? I just find it weird that they put even a knocked out opponent. Like, okay, like he could lock down even someone that was dead with this move. This move is so godlike that even if you were dead, you were being locked down. I don't know. What is it? Is this a nerf? This sounds like a nerf to me. It sounds like he no longer even locks down a living person. I am not 100% sure if that's what this is implying though. So let me know on that if you made it this far into the video. But I should finally end it there before I blabber too much. I always do this and I apologize. I really do appreciate it if you stuck with me all the way to the very end of this video. There was a lot there to talk about, I know. And I apologize if I wasn't clear on a lot of the stuff there. But if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. This is Death Counts. I upload a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ online. I upload information on Dragon Ball FighterZ and even some skits with Hercule and Boo and stuff like that. That my brother and I voice act and, you know, things like that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm Kamiro Tetsuo and you just watched a Death Count video. And like always, rock on.
Death count activated.